All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to climb this incredible technological price ladder, starting with a $1 gadget and going all the way up to a billion-dollar dream for humanity's future.
And I mean, our final destination? It's a new home on Mars. We're talking about a self-sustaining habitat, built inside a $500 million biosphere. This is literally the blueprint for making humanity a multi-planetary species. But here's the crazy part. This giant leap for humanity, this whole multi-planetary future, it actually kicks off with something, well, something you can hold in your hand.
So the scale of this journey is just staggering, right? We're starting with a simple $1 light, a little piece of tech that can simulate the future. And we're going to end up with a billion-dollar rocket that can actually create it, from handheld to planet scale. It's wild. So the big question is, how do we get from here to there? I mean, what are the actual technological steps that connect these two extremes? How do you bridge that gap between a single dollar and a billion? Okay, let's dive in and find out.
All right, our first stop on this wild ride is all about technology that connects directly with the human body, stuff that enhances us. And we're starting at the $10,000 mark.
So let me ask you this. Can you move a cursor with just your thoughts? I know, it sounds like total science fiction, but for a man named Nolan who was paralyzed from the neck down after an accident, this is his new reality.
You know, before he got this technology, Nolan was facing just immense challenges. He spent about 8 years just trying to find a new sense of purpose after his life was turned completely upside down.
So the tech that changed everything for him, it's called Neuralink. And what it is this tiny little computer chip that's surgically implanted. It literally reads the neurons firing in his brain and translates those thoughts directly into commands on a computer. But think about this. It's not just about getting back what was lost. This is really the first step toward a future where our brains and technology could just seamlessly connect. Imagine how that would change how we communicate, how we create, how we experience the world.
Okay, let's keep climbing that price ladder. For a little more money, around $25,000, technology is also transforming the physical body in ways that, honestly, were once just unimaginable. Take Kai, for instance. He's a 12-year-old who was born without an arm. For him, this advanced prosthetic wasn't just some piece of tech. I mean, it was a totally life-changing gift. It works by reading the nerve signals right from his forearm, letting him grab things, shake hands, and, as he put it, have the best day of his life. Just incredible.
All right, next up, we're scaling up big time. We're looking at technologies that are completely rewriting the rules of how we get from A to B. We're talking about literally bypassing the rules of the road.
And this little race just demonstrates the advantage perfectly. You've got a flying car versus a regular car in a race to work, and the flying car won by a full 10 minutes. And why? It's pretty simple, actually. It doesn't need roads. It just flies in a straight line, completely ignoring traffic lights, stop signs, all that gridlock.
Oh, but the innovation in just getting around doesn't stop there, not by a long shot. For $500,000, you can strap on a jetpack. For a cool million, you can get a car that has so much suction from its vacuum fans that it can literally, and I mean literally, drive upside down. And then you get to the concept level, where Mercedes is imagining a $10 million car that acts like a living creature, sensing your heartbeat and changing the temperature just for you. Wild stuff.
Okay, hold on, because now we're entering the truly fascinating and, yeah, pretty complex world of biotech. We're talking about ideas so revolutionary they challenge our fundamental understanding of food and life itself. So to really get a grip on the problem this next piece of tech is trying to solve, just look at this number. 220 million. That's how many chickens are consumed around the world every single day. The global demand for meat is just staggering, and it creates this massive industrial and, ethical challenge. But what if you could have the meat without the rest of it? One company is creating a pretty radical solution. They spent over $200 million, starting with just a few cells from an egg. Seriously. They put those cells into a cultivator that feeds them this warm, nutrient-rich liquid. Basically, it perfectly mimics the conditions inside a chicken's body. And what happens? The cells multiply and become real chicken meat, ready to be harvested. And get this, in taste tests, people can't even tell the difference.
Now, if you think that's wild, at a cost of $400 million, another biotech company is taking this whole concept even further. Their goal isn't just to create food, it's to reverse extinction itself. And the founder?
He's pretty confident we're going to see the results very, very soon.
So you're probably asking, how is that even possible? Well, it all starts with DNA that they've extracted from a 43,000-year-old mammoth tusk found preserved in ice. They take that ancient genetic code, they clone it, and that puts scientists right on the verge of bringing back a species that has been extinct for thousands of years. It's just mind-bending.
All right, we finally reached it. For our final, and by far most expensive stop, we're looking at technology designed to do, well, nothing less than ensure humanity's long-term survival by taking us off our own planet.
I mean, think about it. Before you can live on another planet, you need a place to live, right? A home. And this is the $500 million prototype. It's a completely sealed, self-sustaining mini-Earth. It's got 5 different biomes inside, and it's capable of producing all of its own oxygen, water, and food. It is the perfect blueprint for a Martian colony.
Okay, but how do you actually get there? How do you move that habitat to another planet? Well, that brings us to the very top of our price ladder, the billion-dollar Starship program, a massive, monumental investment with one crystal-clear goal.
And the sheer scale of this ambition, it's just breathtaking. The plan isn't just to send 1 or 2 ships, no. The plan is to build thousands of fully reusable rockets. And each one of those rockets will be capable of carrying 100 people at a time. And the ultimate goal? To make humanity a truly multiplanetary species. Wow.
So, after all that, what does this whole journey, from a $1 light all the way up to a billion-dollar rocket, what does it really tell us about where we're all headed?
You know, it's so easy to get bogged down in all the negative news out there. But this exploration, it really reveals a future that's being actively built right now on some profound innovation. From restoring a person's ability to interact with the world, to resurrecting ancient species, and even reaching for new worlds entirely. It really paints a picture that's defined by optimism.
And I think the biggest takeaway here is that these incredible technologies, they aren't just science fiction anymore. They're not just ideas on a whiteboard. They're being developed right now as we speak, and that really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. After seeing everything that's possible today, what part of this incredible future are you most excited for?